We will be quiet, and then we'll come in, and yeah, that's about it. So await silence in like 3 seconds, and then we'll do it. Little ABBA for Pride Month. Not even week or day. It's a month of Pride. ABBA's about as gay as I get musically, I suppose.
Mamma Mia.
That I can't stomach. I cannot do Mamma Mia. I saw a chunk of the second one. Mother was watching it, and I walked in the living room. Apparently, Cher's a grandmother.
The movies?
Yes, and they killed Meryl Streep. She was the mom of Amanda Seyfried, and now she's dead or some jazz.
Why are you asking us like we know?
I'm trying to smoke out the gays in the room so we can celebrate you, not so we can tar and feather you and pillory you, Bill Rowland. We know you're all man, William. Trying to suss out Gagliardi over here.
It's that one you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Always the Italians.
Last name containing gag. What do you want out of me?
First 3 letters.
Can't play it too safe. No, I've been for the millionth time listening to ABBA's Gold, completely independent of Pride Month. But I figured, you know what? Synergy. Sure. Is this sign language for butt sex, by the way? I did this reflexively when saying synergy. I pounded my 2 fists together. But it looks like guys trying to dock or something like that, or tacos being bumped. I don't know.
Is that a thing that happens?
That men bump assholes?
Yeah.
Yeah, like dude scissoring? I don't know. Like that's a good question for this Pride Month celebration show.
3 minutes in already, and that's where we're going?
Yeah, exactly. Man scissoring. That can be our thing. Like, when we strike big on, by the way, it's Papa's Basement, everyone. Welcome to the show.
There you go.
I'm John Papa Giorgio. He's Bill Rowland, radio legend. And there's Joe Gagliardi, and he drinks sodas.
Legend of nothing. Red Bull.
Exactly. You've got a Guess What chicken butt shirt on.
Yeah. Did you catch that?
I did.
It's subtle.
Took me 30. I had to Google image search it, but I figured it out eventually.
Yeah, you got it.
I sussed it.
I get it.
Saying sus a lot. Apparently that's
sus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling Pride Month.
You're having a sussy kind of day.
A lot of sussing over here.
Sussing and yadas.
So I wanted to the crux of the show, what we were teasing for days now, singular day, but I've been teasing something that's been on my mind for 48 hours now. Sandwiches and the best sandwiches. I personally, I don't know if this is me betraying what class, what socioeconomic position I occupy on that particular ladder. Hold on, I want to move this monitor. I want to see some Bill. Sick of just seeing.
There you go.
I'm seeing his goddamn eyes over the monitor and nothing more. Yeah,
you're seeing the virtual.
No, he looks like my cat staring over the table, trying to suss out what my food is. Yeah, I love a good sandwich more than anything. You can take me out for any sort of dinner. I'll be like, that's good, but does it beat like a really good sandwich? And to me, the answer is no. Like even a fine pasta dish, a fine seafood dish. There's something about a sandwich. There's something that tactile, just a childish thing, like the way you used to eat like little apple slices as a kid. There's something magical to a sandwich, man. And it got me thinking, like, what is everyone's all-timer? Because I was in Little Italy in Baltimore on Wednesday.
Yes.
And I went to Di Pasquale here. Local.
You should have told. I know a place. I know the best place.
Of course
I swear.
You do. Of course you do. How about
Oh my god.
So how do you pronounce that? Di Pasquale's Market?
You got it.
Yeah. So I was at Di Pasquale's Market. And I got what's called, because I typically don't eat red meat that much. So I got what's called the tuna diavolo, which is like a spicy tuna. And
so you're eating cat food.
Yeah, exactly. I really am a human cat. Yeah.
That's not Italian, man. They just mixed 2 things from Olive Garden and
right.
some Greek.
And it ended up being a great sandwich for him.
God, you were looking for stuffed grape leaves, weren't you?
No, it was a crusty bread. Maybe it's the ambiance of Baltimore. I've never been mugged in Baltimore, so it's always my happy space.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, well, I am. I guess I gotten out lucky. There's a magic to Baltimore where, unlike DC, Baltimore has actual, what I'll call ethnic white people, like a Boston does. Like whitey that has an accent, has grown up in a city for a couple of generations.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and
Boston,
I was, like,
Philly.
They just.
It's a blue collar town, man. Is what basically what you're describing. Like, it's It's not the privileged upper crust of DC.
No,
Yeah.
it was just like my waitress was some woman that could have been named Flo. Just like, that busted ass, basic blonde and blue Baltimore face, the accent, ginormous ass. I liked that a lot. That made me happy. And this tuna diavolo, it's usually like a spicy cheese, like a pepper jack cheese, some greens, some red onions. They put down a layer of sweet vinegar, and then it's like tuna with spicy peppers and a bunch of olive oil on top of all that. And then this was served in a delicious, crunchy bread. And I just ate a sandwich like the size of a toddler in one sitting. And I then ate 6 hours later because I have problems. But I was so satisfied by that sandwich. Like as I ate it, I was like, oh, this is happiness.
And nothing with it, no pickle, no salad of any kind, macaroni, coleslaw, anything.
Oh God, no.
Just a sandwich.
Just a sandwich, yeah. And
no side of fries, chips,
nothing. No. Like, why ruin the purity of the sandwich? Like, I wanted to celebrate this sandwich. And I did. And it was amazing. And I knew jealousy because I looked at the plates of other people who were eating other sandwiches. And like there's a scene in Amadeus where they're trying on different wigs, and he tries on 3 wigs and he says, I wish I had 3 heads. And then he does his laugh. I was like, kind of like, I wish I had 3 stomachs.
It is Pride Month, isn't it? I said it is Pride Month, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Amadeus. I mean,
he wasn't gay. He was banging Stanzi, I think her name was. She had a big old set. She was topless in front of F. Murray Abraham. Okay. My knowledge of Amadeus, not proving I'm straight.
Yeah.
But I looked at these sandwiches. I was like, this is like a heaven. I honestly went on Zillow afterward and was like sussing out. I'm just going to keep going for it. I just looked at properties around Di Pasquale's because I was like, I just want to not have to drive 65 miles one direction to eat a sandwich.
I imagine there are decent sandwich shops in the local area.
Were you born in the early 2000s? You prisoner of the moment? Unbelievable. That's not even the best sandwich place on that block.
Okay.
It's the history of now.
Oh my God.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
It made me happy. I've done a lot of time over at the Baltimore's Little Italy. And by the way, I will unequivocally say I believe the Italian deli to be the best ethnic deli. Like I cheated. I had a dalliance. I was doing a lot of time at the Jewish delis earlier this year, Adamans. And you know what? I'm sorry. The Italians got it over the Jewish people when it comes to the deli.
Get no argument from me there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but I tell you right now, the Jewish folks, the Jewish delis, they do it right. Did you ever have a Jewish tomato? I don't know if that's I don't think they call them Jewish tomatoes anymore. It's like a green tomato, but it's pickled. Imagine a pickle, like a crispy pickle, but it's a green tomato. It's delicious.
Okay.
You typically only find them in Jewish delis, and
I'll check it out. I believe Adamans has them. I did not.
They're delicious.
Do it. I really don't eat red meat, but there I was like sitting in this in front of the counter that just had dismembered cow parts, and I was like, this is fine. Whatever, they're already dead. Whatever justifications like the crappy half vegetarian gives himself. And I was ordering pastrami's. I was ordering corned beefs. If you want to know how sad my life is when it comes to anything, like I schedule my comedy around the places I can eat good sandwiches specifically.
You're a foodie, man. You're a foodie.
I'm just a fat pig, but thank you for that spin.
But yet, and Bill, I don't know if this has been your experience.
Yes.
And yet, I feel like every time we go to stuff egg rolls in our face,
we have a
or
place.
Maybe or wherever it is that we're eating, you always go through this. I don't eat red meat. I'm kind of a vegetarian, and yet every time I turn around, you're jamming some fried meat in your mouth. What are you talking about?
As long as someone else orders it, the blood's not really on my hands. So
this guy, ordered last time. We're at this China Express late night after a show.
Chinatown Express.
After an improv show, DuPont Underground a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
I go to order 2 orders of egg rolls. 4 egg rolls total. I'm gonna bring a couple home to the family. I'm gonna eat 2 and bring 2 home. This guy's like, no. Don't get 2 orders. Get 1 order. You only want 2. I'm thinking, all right, now I'm only going to get 2 egg rolls. That sucks. It's already off to a bad start. He orders dumplings. He orders shrimp dumplings. He's like, I'm on a diet, blah, blah, whatever. Then he eats his shrimp dumplings, 2 of my pork dumplings, and 1 of my egg rolls.
He's a 15-year-old girl.
Man. Get off me. I'm starving.
The 15-year-old girl, and I'll just have the salad, and then proceeds to eat everything.
I eat everyone else's crap.
He's just dumping duck sauce and plum sauce.
The sugar makes it better.
I'm gonna tell him to put a jar. I'm gonna tell him to put a bowl of mayonnaise out next time and see how much of that you go through. I don't normally eat condiments.
I'll just lap it up like a cat
Oh
with a
my
bowl of
God.
milk.
Ugh.
Hate
Anyway,
mayonnaise.
you're half
Do you
vegetarian.
really?
Oh, I can't stand mayonnaise.
I
My
tapped-
wife too. Yeah.
Really, I tapped out on it for a bit as a child because it used to be on every sandwich I had. And then I was like, this is gross and fattening. And then about 5 years ago, I was like coming back to Christ. Like I just put it on something. I was like, what the hell? It's always in my fridge.
Good.
I was like, how did I ever leave this? Yeah, it's just literally like it's food lube. You can take the biggest bites possible if you got a lot of mayonnaise on the
Yeah,
sandwich.
no, never been a fan.
Is it the consistency or is it what do you don't
You
like
know what?
about it?
I'm not sure
Yeah.
exactly what it is, but I just remember having it on a sandwich when I was younger and was like, no.
You
kinda
you
went,
like
no.
took the bite of the sandwich as you watched Kennedy get shot, and it's never.
It just never. It
it's
never,
never
yeah,
left
You
you.
never got
I don't
past
think
it.
it was that but
Let me ask you this: do you eat
yeah.
any of the tuna salad, chicken salad,
no, I
macaronis,
don't,
none of that stuff?
Not a big
Because
fan.
it's all mayonnaise based.
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, won't do tuna.
I love that stuff. Tuna salad. You
Yeah.
didn't say, was the tuna at Di Pasquale's, was it like a tuna salad with mayonnaise or was it just like grilled sliced tuna with all the Italian?
It was like they dumped out the contents of a tuna can and mixed it in with like a hot pepper and a
Oh,
delicious
so it
olive
was
oil.
canned tuna then. It wasn't like a tuna steak. chopped
No,
up.
it was
I
not a
got
tuna
you.
steak. It was out of a can, definitely.
I got you.
But
Charlie tuna.
yeah, exactly.
Chicken of the
Sea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? Jessica Simpson. You guys remember that in the
Yes.
90s?
She
Chicken of
thought
the
Chicken
Sea. I
of the Sea
thought it
was-
was fish or something. What did she
She
say?
thought it was chicken.
Or she
Yeah,
thought it
it
was
was
chicken.
chicken
That's
in the
what it
name,
was.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Don't go down that road.
Are you really gonna?
just
You're not gonna
saying,
defend her.
Really gonna?
if you got
No.
one meat, why are you calling it? If you call a chicken the pig of the sky, someone's gonna think they're eating some goddamn pork. The
Pig
Jews
of
aren't
the
gonna eat the
sky.
chicken of the sky. You know, like
Oh god.
Yeah, no.
what, the pig,
No,
whatever
really.
the hell. Yeah, I don't. You can't. It's weird branding. If I call
It worked.
if I call an apple red orange with the skin you can eat, you'd be like, just call it a goddamn apple.
I'm not sure that it's. I feel like it's the chicken in abundance on the land, right?
I don't
Tuna in abundance
I
in the sea.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like a word association
chicken
kind of
of the
thing.
the
sea.
chicken of the sea. Yeah, it's like it's the
I-
same thing as
But
eating
like you're
chick-
just
yeah.
describing an apple.
Yeah.
You're just like
You're not
I
making the
think
same
it's
thing.
It's not
way-
they're not describing a chicken or a fish. They're
we,
not-
we got a word for it. It's called tuna. Why? I mean,
Star Kiss. What was the other? What's the other?
Star
Star
Kiss.
Kiss is
Yep,
great.
Star
Star
Kiss
Kiss,
tuna.
is great. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
You guys buy the chunk light or the albacore? What do you?
Neither. I don't eat
Oh, that's
tuna.
right. You don't
You
eat
don't
tuna.
dabble
Should we
in
cover that? What
tuna.
about you,
Alright.
Matt? What about you? You gonna go for the chunk light like a degenerate? You're gonna go for the albacore? You're gonna spring for the extra 30
for
cents.
Pride Month, I swing both ways.
Look at
so
you.
yeah, I'll go whatever. I'll sometimes dabble.
Dabble maybe.
Apple. You're gonna suss out which one you want.
I
That's
just
what's
suss out the spelling of Applecore.
Apple.
Yeah. But I tweeted about the sandwich because it really meant something to me. Like I've got that deli, I've got Isabella's in Baltimore. Really, I go there to that Baltimore sandwich shop, and like I'm like, these are not to sound too hipster, but I'm like, these are authentic sandwiches.
Sure.
This isn't something
Made with
thrown-
love.
Yeah, exactly. Made by some honky immigrant, like from a country we don't think immigrants come from anymore. I mean, in Isabella's case, it's a bunch of Estonians, but I'll take it. That's still
Sure.
something. Yeah.
I found that most of the Italian places in Baltimore that I've been to,
Yeah.
the wait staff typically could maybe pass for Mediterranean, but the kitchen staff typically is Hispanic in some form or
Absolutely,
fashion, which is,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you're just cooking. It doesn't matter.
No,
Right,
no.
yeah.
It would have offended my grandfather. He would have been like, nah, it's only got to be cooked. It's got to be cooked
Oh,
by
yeah.
an Italian.
He would have burned the place down like the band.
I just wouldn't hate it. Like, it's not really authentic. It's cooked by, you know.
What was that great line from Rocky Balboa, the sixth one, with
Good Lord.
oh my God,
Never
Burt,
saw it.
yeah, Burt Young, like Rocky's saying his son's gonna come around,
Yeah.
and he's like, I want to make him a special meal, and Burt says, I don't know what's so special about Italian food cooked by a bunch of Mexicans, Rocky.
Oh my God. Get out of
Man.
here.
Sounds like Philadelphia.
I had tears in my
Really
eyes.
is,
That was
you know?
such
Yeah.
a good line. God damn.
Oh man.
Underrated film. Just
Yeah.
kind of forgotten. Best one since the first one. Yeah, you heard it here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so-
high praise.
It is. It is.
The most recent is the best one since the first one?
The one where they kill off Talia Shire for whatever reason. Like he fights Mason the Lion Dixon or some crap in an exhibition match, busts his hand.
Wait, you talking about Michael B. Jordan in the remake?
no, those are the Creeds, sir.
Oh, that's the Creed, right?
yeah, I'm talking Rocky Balboa from about
Rocky Balboa,
07,
right.
something like that. It was old as hell at this point.
He's just too old at that point. I can't. you know, like when
he's been taking like horse testosterone for 30 years. He's got a body that's better
you know
than mine right now.
You know what it is? I guarantee it's HGH. I guarantee he's not doing steroids.
He's 100% on HGH. I mean,
guarantee
he's pretty open about it. I think he got stopped like 15 years ago going into Australia with HGH. Like that's why his jaw is continuing to grow because he's getting growth hormone.
Right.
He's probably
I think him and Arnold both.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me. I mean,
whole
Arnold's
thing.
71 and just got drop kicked in his spine.
Well, except he didn't get drop kicked. The guy kicked him and he didn't move.
Yeah.
He didn't go down. He just kind of looked and went,
he's like a man.
Somebody bumped into me. What happened?
If you ran up and kicked that cement wall behind you, it's like was honestly like, God,
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Just always lift, man.
He's probably working out for the Terminator remake, or not Terminator remake.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the next
there's
Terminator.
doing another one.
Reboot.
It's about Sarah Connors.
Oh, okay.
It's like her
backstory or whatever.
something. Now she's old and she's going. Yeah.
One of the first pair of boobs I ever saw, Linda Hamilton, Terminator 1.
Was that that actress's name? I don't.
Linda Hamilton.
Yeah,
Linda Hamilton. Yeah. So what else was she? Has she ever in anything else?
Beauty and the Beast TV series. And
God, you rattled that off quick, man.
He's a savant.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this game. I'm no good at this game.
That would be her biggest role, I believe. Beauty and the Beast, with Beast being Ted Danson, right? It was a
TV series.
It was a TV series for several years
on the Disney Channel, I assume.
No, like
no,
CBS or some junk. Yeah, that was her biggest role outside of Terminator, I would say.
I don't remember that. Oh.
And I'm trying to think if she had any other non-big James Cameron.
I mean,
role.
I can look if
you
like.
punch it up, sir.
I'll
Because
see.
I'm gonna hang my hat on that one.
Yeah.
And she's from like a town in BFE, Virginia.
Really?
Is she?
Yeah, originally from like a mountain town. But we've lost our way. We need to talk
have lost our way.
sandwiches.
Oh, sorry.
Sandwiches. No, it's fine.
Sandwiches.
We're
Well, wait.
getting-
So is that your best sandwich of your life? You just had it the other day.
That's why I'm riding high, even though I've just been going through it the rest of my life.
Salisbury, Maryland, by the way, not
She was
Virginia.
Salisbury, Maryland. Okay, God, I was close though.
Oh, there you go.
You did.
It's still
Yep.
a BF in our general area.
Good
So
job.
what we got? We got Terminator. We got
I'm looking. Hold on.
okay. He'll join in.
That's all good.
Slow to
So,
load.
yeah,
So up until you went to Deep Pasquale, I just want to be clear on this.
Yeah.
Up until you finished the meal at Deep Pasquale, you had never had a sandwich that good.
It dethroned the tuna diavolo from Isabella's. I gotta type. I don't have to type so much when it comes to women, but like sandwiches, I gotta type.
Wait. Before, let's go back before the Fra Diavolo is the tuna Diavolo at Isabella's.
Yeah.
Before that,
Was
What
there
was your
was
favorite
there a
sandwich?
king? Oh boy.
let me ask
Like
you this.
various deli Reubens, probably like
Yeah,
just
love a good Reuben.
crap deli around my hood, just some lunchtime countertop Reuben.
I like a good Reuben.
Reubens
Yeah.
are solid. So
Yeah, Reubens are good. Yeah.
I got on the topic, man, and I was thinking. I reached out to a bunch of other people, like via Twitter, and I was like, I want to see if people feel strongly about sandwiches, and it would seem that I tapped into the cultural
You hit a nerve.
zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people wanted to talk about their sandwiches. I want to give you guys a chance first if there's any sandwiches you want to hash out, Gagliardi especially, being both Italian and built like me.
I mean,
Like
I never met a
Like-
sandwich I didn't like. I'll tell you
like,
right now. That's
yeah.
part of the problem.
like a guy
Yeah.
who was a lineman 20 years ago in high school.
God.
That's our general build.
Oh my God. I could do with
The
not
f-
liking some
The
sandwiches. to be
faint
honest with you.
outline of muscle.
The faint, yeah. Somebody recently referred to me as looking like I used to have muscles, but now I have a gut. That was exactly what they said. I was like, "Hell,
That isn't clever. That's just what they would
it's
write
like
on
literally
a
just descriptive.
Yeah,
like,
that would be
describe me in 10
the
words. or less.
coroner's report would just be that.
Get the fat one out of here. Guy was eating a sandwich, keeled over dead. That bastard.
Muscle
You-
outlines.
You
under
and Mama
fat.
Cass.
Yeah, Mama Cass. Yeah, they sussed out what killed me. You know what I mean?
She
Oh,
sussed some
God.
ham sandwich
I'm
down
telling
her
you right
throat.
now. No, man, I love a good sandwich. I think sandwich is a very personal thing, right? I feel like most people either grow up eating sandwiches or they make their own sandwiches, unless you're some kind of vegan weirdo.
Well, that
no
was-
offense to anybody personally.
No, you should offend them. They're vegan weirdos, like you said.
I understand. There's some of them do it, I think, for a noble cause, like they want to help the planet somehow. I don't know how it helps the planet,
I
but
think-
whatever. I appreciate you want to do
I
something.
kind of
good, whatever.
respect it, but at the
More
same
meat for me.
time,
Right.
like
well, exactly.
if you've got like some happy cow living on your property and you squeeze its titty a bit and get some milk, like
I feel
Yeah.
like we need to
yeah. Well, no,
he
remember
needs to have that talk.
maybe some
Yeah.
biology. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you wanna-
I used to not think you could do that, but then I watched Kingpin when Woody Harrelson drinks all the bull milk. So then I just started milking bulls and doing that myself.
Oh, I forgot about that movie. Kingpin. All right, well, there we are again. You know, Papa Giorgio steering his own show.
He sussed out that you could milk anything.
I have tits, Greg. Can you milk me? It's a classic. Any sandwiches, right? In the realm of sandwiches outside of bull penis.
Are you implying that there are people that grow up not eating sandwiches though? That's like literally every
nowadays. I don't know
ever.
what I make my son a sandwich for breakfast and a sandwich for lunch every single day of his, at least every single school day of his life.
Okay,
that's 2 sandwiches a day for that kid. You know,
I would assume, barring the now omnipresent gluten allergy, yeah, everyone's still eating sandwiches.
How did that happen, by the way? There was none of this when I mean, I'm older than both of you. I'm imagining you're about the same.
I'm 38. I'll be 38.
I got a decade on you, and I know I got plenty of years on you.
Okay.
Nobody in my growing up in elementary school, there was nobody that went, oh yeah, poor Sarah can't have a sandwich because she's got a gluten allergy. Nobody had that. That didn't happen until the last 20 years, I feel like.
God,
I had no idea.
I agree, yeah.
I want to say there's a couple. First of all, I mean, I do support your general hypothesis that kids these days are soft little pieces of crap, because I just hate everyone.
I didn't say that.
So, like, you can hate the kids and I'll join you. But then, like, if you want to defend the World War II generation, I'll be like, no, they suck too. You know, greatest generation in my ass.
Not today.
Wait a minute, dude.
It was D-Day yesterday.
God,
they had their day. So
this guy.
So I think it's a couple of things. One, didn't they change the wheat 40 or 50 years ago? I know that doesn't have any impact on you, but
no idea.
At one point, like, we were kind of inching towards starvation, and then they moved it toward like a second wheat. Like
wait, you're saying 40 or 50 years ago? So in my lifetime, we were facing starvation?
Like, not for us. We were fine in America, but like
in Africa.
Yeah,
they're always starving in Africa.
They made like this weird new hybrid.
They did a video about it and everything.
You can't grow wheat in Africa. Isn't that part of the problem? Can you grow wheat there?
That's
I don't know.
That's in the Toto lyrics. You're right.
What? Toto Africa?
Yeah, you can't grow wheat there. It's a sad part of the song. No,
it's the refrain.
Yeah. You can't grow wheat in Africa. Okay. All right, Gagliardi.
Is that what he says? That's not what he says. God, bless the rains in Africa.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So the rains could then make the wheat rise because their rain can't do it.
Gonna take the time to do the things you never do or something?
I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. And then we got Dax Shepard and Kirsten Bell doing a lip sync video to it, because that's apparently like these people that worked at being actors and comedians for 20 years.
Yeah.
This is what their career has to come to. Viral fame from lip syncing along to a goddamn 80s hit, which we now have to.
It's been remade though. Didn't somebody just redo
Weezer
it?
banged out a cover.
Right?
We now have to tongue in cheek enjoy it, because it was an actual song that people could like 30 years
ago. Or
you
could just not pay attention to Dax Shepard and Kirsten Bell.
I'm sorry. I might as well not breathe then. Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
I don't know what exactly your reference. Maybe I'm not cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dumb video on Twitter. Like, these are people with
you
real
follow them on
careers.
Twitter?
Nah, hell no.
Then how'd you see it?
I was gonna retweet it or something.
Okay.
Like, literally, I'm dicking around on some website and they're like, you have to see Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell.
Whenever a website says that, you immediately click to another website.
That's a you problem.
It's not true.
Let me guess. It said what happens next will shock you.
Yeah, at the bottom of every article where it shows that cross section of the intestines with the worms in it, I click that picture every time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm sold. And it's like, whenever it's like old celebrity woman, try not to smile when you see what she looks like now.
Remember her?
Yeah. I'm like, hey, try not to jerk it, Mariel.
They got me. They got me good yesterday. It was some clickbait nonsense about see these 44 pictures from D-Day and the same places now, and the difference will blow your mind. And so I clicked on it. It was like one ad after another.
Was it pictures from?
It wasn't even the pictures of the same places. It was like, look at Pont Saint-Michel in 1944. And then look at Carentan. I'm like, they're like 30 miles apart. What are you talking about?
And here's the Eiffel Tower.
I'm gonna say it's like, look at the same basic region. Like, get the hell out of here.
I just would have been disappointed. I would have wanted pictures of Despacito Day.
What?
You know, the celebration of the song Despacito. They have it in Salisbury, Maryland, home of Linda Hamilton. I'm just
Grinding Halt. By the way,
digging.
Children of the Corn.
Yes,
was the other movie that you might remember her from.
Okay,
but other than that, it was a lot of nothingness.
Okay,
Dante's Peak, and some people have probably seen Dante's Peak. That was after the first Terminator, so maybe. But other than that, it's a lot of nothing.
I do remember Dante's
That
Peak.
that damn Beauty and the Beast. I didn't watch it, but that
It
was
was a
big
series.
when I was a kid.
in
Yeah,
40-something episodes they had.
she
Of
was
it.
the entire run. She
Yeah.
was Beauty. Yeah,
It was only 3 years though.
really.
Mhm.
Oh, it's you know what? It's got to be one of those weird series that like the nerds were into before that was a thing, where you could get like weird. Well, I'm saying that like even though it's 30 years after Star Trek, but like I think it was one of those
It's like
cult
87
shows.
to 89, I think.
Was it really? So that's
think
why I just have
yeah.
the vaguest of memories of it. So back to sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
And I have no memory of it because I was actually dating at the time.
Yeah,
So-
you were. I was like 8 or 9, and just
Right.
like I think Rescue 911 with Billy Shatner would wrap
There
up,
you
and then I
go.
was like, okay, time for 10 minutes of Beauty and the Beast. And then
Before mom says you have to go to bed. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
felt very adult because they lived in the sewers. Between Beauty and the Beast and Ninja Turtles, there's a lot of
A
glorification.
lot of sewers and a lot of pizza.
yeah, a lot of glorification
Yeah.
of sewer dwelling.
Dude, I got traumatized by Rescue 911. You remember? You really remember that show?
Hell yeah!
There was one. I will never forget this. I was being babysat by a neighbor. I was like 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere in that vicinity.
And the neighbor raped you while that was on.
Well, I mean, so 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 in the
That wasn't the show's
in
fault.
the clip, this guy walks into this family's house, and it showed him holding a pillow up to everybody's head, and he just blows them away. And it would show like bloody feathers like flying through the picture. And to this day, I can't
I
fall
don't-
asleep. Like
I don't remember that at all.
I will never, for as long as I live, I will never
I'm gonna have to,
forget that.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that clip. I can't
That's
believe
like
they would show that.
that's
on
like
TV.
15% to this day of why I'm in therapy, man.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's such a TV producer's idea of a silencer.
Just walked in, held up a pillow. But the thing is, he had a new pillow every time. It was like the same pillow. I don't know, it was a bad editing, you know.
Well, everybody's got their own pillow in their own
No.
bedroom.
No
Yeah.
respect for linen.
He just kept what like that. That would not muffle. I mean, that would barely muffle the sound. You're not gonna. No one's in the house gonna be like, "Hey, what was that,
All you do is
honey?
like,
Honey, did you hear something?"
did the gerbils fart?
God Almighty, man! Someone's here.
I'm not to YouTube that. I can't imagine.
Unbelievable.
That's
Walking
amazing.
into room after room.
Unbelievable. I wonder if
Shooting
they
people
ever
through a
cut
pillow.
hell for that.
I mean, you would think
Most one more graphic things I've ever seen in my life.
it's the assassination of an entire family on network television.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only way it muffles it if the pillow hasn't been shot through.
And then William Shatner in the background, like, and he proceeded upstairs to find the parents asleep at their
Yeah.
beds. He held up the pillow.
God damn it.
Remember they would have the suspenseful music like.
Oh no, I was so into like old white guy hosts because I had Rescue 911 on Tuesday and then Unsolved Mysteries
Unsolved.
on
I would say
Wednesday.
unsolved mysteries. Yep.
What was that guy's name?
Robert
Unsolved
Stack.
Mysteries.
Robert
yeah,
Stack.
Robert Stack.
From the Untouchables TV show. And then later, seller of God knows what on Old People
He
Network
was
to
in
old
something
people.
else. I remember.
He had a
Was he
huge
also in
career.
Unsolved
Yeah,
Mysteries guy? Yeah.
I only remember him from Unsolved Mysteries, and then
Right.
all of my older kin.
Well, he was that guy. He
Where
was
he
one of
was-
those things. Like, oh yeah, I know that guy. But
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
knew what his name was. He's just
Yeah.
that guy.
He
Unsolved
was. I
Mysteries
think
guy.
Elliot Ness in Untouchables. I could be wrong.
Could have been.
Did somebody take over? Didn't somebody take over for him?
I think it's getting a reboot.
There was a younger guy, but I think it was
Hmm.
a different show. There was Rescue 911. There was Unsolved Mysteries, and wasn't there like Most Wanted or something?
Oh, he had America's
Oh,
Most
The
Wanted.
America's
Fox.
Most
yeah.
Wanted. That's what it was. America's
Yeah, that was
Most
on
Wanted.
Fox.
You're
That-
thinking
That's right.
John Walsh.
Yeah.
John, there
John
it is.
Walsh
That
is his
guy.
son Adam. That's why like the
Right.
Walmarts have all the little Adam alerts because his son got kidnapped and
and beheaded.
basically, yeah.
Oh, that's
the
right. That's
guy-
why he did
yeah.
that. I
That's-
forgot about that.
Guy
That's
put
why
a-
he ended up being the host. And all
Yeah.
that stuff. He's a
Oh my
big
god.
time
Yeah.
vigilante about that stuff. I think it's great.
Kid
Yeah,
got
good for him.
abducted.
Yeah.
They put a pillow right over his neck, silenced the machete.
Oh.
No.
That's terrible. Guy walks in with like a bazooka. Just hold up a pillow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anywho, sandwiches. I think we were talking about
Sandwiches,
briefly. Yeah. Sandwiches and
Sandwiches.
silencers. I don't know where that went.
So I got a bunch of feedback regarding the sandwiches that people are nuts for. I wanted to celebrate some of these sandwiches.
Sure.
Because we have so much sandwich to debate. Sandwich ingredients, bread techniques. I don't know what that term means, but
Can we lay some ground rules first though? Like for
Sure.
example, is a wrap a sandwich?
No, it's a
fisticuffs.
wrap.
It's a wrap.
Is
yeah.
a burger a sandwich?
No, it's a burger.
Can a sandwich are open face sandwiches acceptable?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
It's in the name.
There's never been consensus like this in the adult world. We
Paninis?
3 for 3'd that.
Paninis?
Ooh,
Obviously,
I think
what do you- where
paninis-
do
isn't that
paninis
just
fall?
Italian for sandwich?
Literally the
Like,
Italian word for
yeah.
sandwich, but whatever, you know.
I'll go.
oh no! Oh
Well,
no!
that's it.
We're fine.
That's
we're
it.
I
fine.
hope that was on camera.
That's it.
That's
Paninos are fine.
that's why there's a sign on the door. No
Honestly.
food or drink.
That's why I got the sippy cup. How much got out?
What if that happened outside the YouTube frame? For those of you that can't see,
Good
Papa Giorgio
Lord.
just dumped 32 ounces of coffee directly
You know
on
what?
the board.
You know what? This is happening.
Sparks were flying. You look like that idiot with the balloons and the power lines. God almighty. Hey, can I play Doc? Can I pour a cup of coffee over this electronics? Is this that waterproof stuff?
You like that?
Really
Oh,
just wipe it
my
up with your shirt. Show the camera.
Looks
Show
like
that
I
to the people
pissed
at home.
myself.
My God. No, it looks like your belly button.
I was,
leaked.
it looks like you
Ugh.
have breast sweat. That
Yeah,
just
it looks like-
dribbled down your shirt,
Looks like your
gathered around your belly button.
belly button's water broke.
Why did I do that?
Oh.
It sounded good in my head.
Did you do that? I have a number of towels in my backpack right next to me. You animal. God.
Lord.
Well, and the best part is that was off camera. They didn't see me wipe up the
That's true.
water.
It was. It was. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But so-
Sandwiches.
So clean now you can eat a sandwich off of it.
Now
All right,
that
so we
we've-
established the ground
We've
rules.
sussed out sandwich rules.
Is there anything else? Anybody want to enter anything
No,
else
I
into the?
don't- I don't want to get into this lame debate. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Shut up. No, it's a hot dog. It's
Okay.
not a
It's
sandwich.
got to have sandwich
thought
in the
about
word,
that.
pretty much.
I do love hot dogs. I'll tell you right now.
People say, "Oh,
They're
there's
less of a
just
sandwich than a
Well,
burger.
because they go, "Oh, it's meat between two things of bread, isn't it?" No, it's a hot dog. That's it. It's not a sandwich.
That's true. It is
It's
its
just a
own.
hot
It
dog.
is its own. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with
Its own
that.
category.
Same with bratwurst, all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's not
Half smokes, all that stuff.
Now, let me ask you
They're
this.
not
Let me ask you
sandwiches.
this. Let me ask you this. If you can you make a hot dog sandwich? Like if I slice up a hot dog, like matter of fact, I talk about making my son's lunches today.
You're making
today
your
his
Italian
lunch.
ancestors cry.
No.
Why would you
But
do
today his lunch. You know what his lunch was? I cut up hot Italian sausage and I put it on just wheat bread
Right.
with some
Okay.
cheese. Does that?
Yes,
Yes.
because you
then
added
it's
the
a sandwich
cheese.
because they added the
You
cheese,
added
the
added
cheese
the
in the bread, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be regular bread.
Mhm.
It
Alright.
can't be on a bun. If it's on a bun, it's not a sandwich. It's either a
Okay.
hot
Right,
dog or
yeah.
a burger, whatever.
That's
Right.
why they call them buns.
Yeah, that's why I call them buns. You
All
know, they
right.
think outside.
So you guys, have you done your sandwich piece yet? Do you want
No.
time to think?
No, I know. It's simple, man. It's open and shut.
Okay, let's hear your sandwich before we get to that of the listeners.
So when I was in the Marine Corps and I was stationed down in North Carolina, I lived in this island called Atlantic Beach, and there was
Okay.
this little deli called the New York Deli, run by this guy who I think, matter of fact, I think he might have been a Jewish guy. I can't remember, but he was from like Brooklyn or the Bronx, somewhere up there, New York City area. Owned a deli for years. Wanted to retire down in North Carolina. Opened the New York Deli and he had this sandwich. I think it was called the New Yorker. And it was like this.
I'm noticing a theme in this man's work.
Oh my God. It was out of this world, man. So first of all, I like a sandwich with a lot of stuff on it. Like you talk about side, like
Layers.
not having side dishes,
Okay.
right? Like you can't have French fries, coleslaw. There's
Mhm.
places that'll put all that on a sandwich. Like you've ever been to Primanti Brothers in Pittsburgh?
Yep.
They were nominated by one person.
If it wasn't for the fact that they're from Pittsburgh, which I
Overrated.
despise,
Yeah.
they're good
Overrated.
sandwiches.
They're
Don't get me
good,
wrong.
yeah.
So they're from Pittsburgh, so they can go to whatever. Anyway, so the New Yorker, New York Deli, Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. It was like dill chicken salad, real creamy and delicious. Mayonnaise, unfortunately,
Mhm.
bacon,
What's our-
avocado, lettuce.
It's a Jewish dude dabbling in bacon. Good for him.
Oh man, it was out of what? It had some coleslaw. It had coleslaw on top. It had like I think pickles and something.
So wait,
else.
it's a dill chicken salad. It's already mayo based, and then it's got
It was
like,
heavily mayo
and
based.
then it's
That's the
got a
thing.
coleslaw on top of it.
No, but it had like so in the chicken salad, there was like I think bacon mixed in, celery, onions, all that stuff. So it was like real flavorful, but it was definitely
Mayo
creamy.
and bacon. This guy's the crappiest
Oh
Jew ever.
man, it was
He's not
I'll
eating
tell
it.
you
He's
what, it was
just serving it.
freaking massive
Making it
too. It was
work.
like I was like one of those things, like you need like 14 napkins when you're eating this thing. But yeah, it was on like a grilled Italian bread, like a hot
Okay.
Italian bread. It was
Okay, so the
phenomenal
bread,
sandwich,
yeah.
man. That's all you needed was that. I remember eating a whole New Yorker on a number of occasions of being like, man, I got heartburn just from because it's so voluminous, like
Yeah,
you can't
right.
pack it all in.
Yeah, no, I'm with you entirely when it comes to a sandwich like that. Like, I wish I had that kind of perseverance when it came to anything else in life. Like, I see like that big a sandwich and I'm halfway through and I'm like, I'm killing the other half now. Like, nothing's stopping me. Like, I got the eye of the tiger when it comes to a sandwich.
It's a shame you can't apply that to your career goals.
Oh, nothing else.
I'm gonna
Nothing
really
could-
track that master's degree down.
No, I can apply it to that, and I'm going to get through this Netflix series tonight. That's where it kicks in again. So, Bill,
yeah.
you kind of shocked me when I hit you up on Twitter yesterday. And I was like, Bill, what's your sandwich pick? And
Yeah, I'm jealous because you guys have these things that you look at and say, "Oh my gosh, that was." I don't.
You shouldn't be though. That's
No, but I don't have. There isn't a one point in my life where I've sat down and had a sandwich and went, "My God, that might be the best thing I've ever eaten." I don't. I mean, I'll eat a sandwich.
This is like
but,
being normal. This is
Yeah.
what people who are saying
but
about
no, but
food
see,
sound like.
no, it's fine. Here's as far as like a typical like every day, and I wouldn't get bored of it.
Yeah.
I'll go and get like a 2 to 3 pound roast.
Okay.
I'll rotisserie it myself. I got a meat slicer. So does that I don't know if that
You have a meat slicer?
I have a meat slicer at my house.
Game over.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
so I'll season it all, whatever you need to do, and then slice it up real thin. I'll eat that for the whole week.
Okay. All right. I feel
But not on a sandwich.
No, on a sandwich.
On a
Yeah, I'll
sandwich,
get some
okay.
bread,
All
throw
right.
some lettuce, tomato on there. We'll
So
mix
you're your
sandwiches
own
up.
favorite
Yeah,
sandwich.
Yeah, I
exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
We
respect
got the
that.
Rolling Deli right down the
Yeah, I
street.
mean,
I didn't know
But
about this.
but the thing is, I'm not doing turkey. I'm not doing pastrami. It's just literally roast beef.
I
Just a
love that.
roast.
That's great.
This is
Put it on the
man.
rotisserie.
That's it. No cheese, no nothing, no lettuce,
See,
pickle,
I'll
nothing.
be
there?
honest with you. I'm not a cheese guy.
Oh man.
Not a cheese guy.
Wow,
Like I
this
don't
is
even
Just
do,
meat and bread.
Yeah, well, I mean like lettuce, tomato,
Lettuce,
throw it on there, a
tomato.
little pickle on the side, maybe.
Any kind of mustard, fancy mustard,
You know what? It depends.
the hot and spicy.
No, I do the regular. I won't
Yeah,
do hot
regular.
Oh, you do
spicy.
like
Yeah,
French
spicy,
is
yeah.
yellow?
No, I don't know what it is. It's just whatever happens to be in
Like
the
that
refrigerator.
shiny yellow mustard, though.
Regular
Like
yellow
bright
mustard,
yellow
yeah.
or
That's good
brown
stuff.
mustard?
It's tangy.
I don't know what's whatever happens to be in the fridge.
Really? Oh no, that was like
Yeah.
my first move as a little fat gourmand boy. I would demand a brown mustard from the fridge
yeah. I
Now
don't know.
see,
versus the yellow Frenches.
you're envious of us, but
Yeah.
I'm almost envious of that because if like I could
I'm
get
very
if I
envious.
could find satisfaction in something like that,
I'd have
Yeah, but I
sane
don't even
eating.
know-
I'd have more money. I'd probably be less fat.
I don't even
mean,
know
like,
if it's
yeah.
satisfaction though, because like I was telling him when I got here, I'm one of these people. I can't wait for the future. I just want to have a pill at lunch
oh, yeah.
and breakfast and dinner that is pop it in and you're done. And you just move on about your day. I don't get into
Don't be jealous of
the
us.
process of the process of making a meal appeals to me on no level whatsoever.
Well, I hate
Yeah.
it too. That's
None.
why I buy everything. That's
Yeah.
why I live off
Well,
of delivered carry out
sure,
and crap.
sure.
Yeah, I'm a piece of junk.
But I don't
I like cooking. I'm the exception.
you really?
see.
love it.
I don't mind like again throwing something on the grill. I like doing the
Yeah.
little smoke stuff and all.
Yeah.
I mean that's fine. But you can't do that for breakfast.
Well, no,
And a roast. Well, but see, a roast takes like
Watch
an hour and
me.
a half sometimes.
I'm not
If
Oh,
you're
against.
that's
slow
true,
cooking,
yeah,
that
it
takes
takes
a
a long time.
while. So
Yeah.
you can't.
You got to do
can't
it. It's
do
like
it.
I have a 12 pound. I do some smoking myself. I got a 12-pound brisket in
There
the
you-
freezer at home.
Yeah, smoking pole. Oh,
This
It is
guy.
Pride Month.
Papa's Basement, brought to you by the Rainbow Nightclub.
Yeah, that's 12, 14, 16-hour
Oh
process.
my God, it's such a pain.
Yeah.
In the, I used to love doing it. Now it's just like I got to go out there every half an hour. You got to baste it. It takes forever.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't work out right. Oh
And that's
my
an expensive cut if it doesn't work out right.
Oh,
Then
it's
you're like,
beautiful,
there's
man.
$70 down the drain.
God. Yep, saving for occasion. Or then like I make it wet. You
Okay.
know? That's what she said.
yeah.
Mm.
I make the brisket wet. I don't make it dry. I make it wet, so it's nice and it's a nice fat layer on top.
Right,
you know,
right.
some of us don't mind that. But some people nowadays, like my son, his little friends, like I don't like the consistency. I don't like the fat on the. I want.
So
nicely
trim
cut."
it.
That's fine. Trim the fat. Cut
Trim
it off.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. You know,
Trim
come
it,
on.
give it to the dog. It'll be
You know what
fine.
we do? We chew it for you. Cut the
Oh.
fat off.
All right.
Yeah,
Now
there you
you
go.
do you fat side up, fat side down. That's a big,
Always fat side up.
That's
Always
a
fat
big
side up. You
argument in the
gotta-
barbecue world.
Yeah, always fat
Mhm.
side up. For me, always fat side up.
Oh, see, I don't do barbecue. Like I used to eat a lot of it, but I would never barbecue.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just always been lazy about cooking. For the most part, like the times I've lived out of the house, I've actually come to enjoy cooking. But cooking that cramped crapple that my mom's got and dealing with her shrieking about dirty dishes afterward turns me off to cooking. It's like
Well, maybe you should wash them.
Yeah, there you go.
Then
I
you wouldn't
tried,
have known
and
that.
they're,
If
then they're
only,
not
I mean,
washed well enough.
There was an
It's a whole
appliance that
thing.
washed dishes.
It's a whole thing. We don't own one.
Oh,
we
You
don't
don't
own one.
You don't own a
God.
dishwasher?
Not in that house. No, I've offered to pay for one a million times over. She doesn't want one in the house.
Don't you have cats? Can't you just like put it on the ground? Like,
That's what I
cats
try to
live
do.
there?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
God.
it's a big deal.
Why? I mean, if you've offered to buy one,
Yeah.
why don't you just have one installed and then once it's there, it's there?
Yeah. Why don't you put your foot down?
Oh, it's her digs. You know, my name ain't
Oh,
on
listen
anything.
to you. What would you
I
cook
mean,
if you could?
it will be yours someday.
Yeah.
No, I hope. Well, I'd like to rent it out and then just use that money to go elsewhere.
There you
That's
go.
fine, but
Yeah. What would I cook if I could?
If you could, yeah, like if you had the space and the
Other than
you
my
know.
mother's severed head, you mean? Okay.
Oh my God. That got dark fast.
it is Pride Month.
Yeah, exactly. Once I sussed her head from the body with a pillow. Once I gave her
Sussed it. The pillow.
once I gave her the old Adam Walsh.
Put a pillow on
Wow.
the pan before you hit the spatula. Oh my God.
I would like to do a lot of like baked vegetable dishes. I want to experiment with vegetables without judgment. Baked vegetables, fried vegetables. I want to learn to like vegetables, so I'm not such a disgusting.
That's a
fat
classic
body.
mistake. You're not gonna. Nobody likes vegetables. You're not gonna. Like
No one
vegetables.
does, but if you dump enough oils on them and seasonings, I'd like to think you could make them good.
You know, my wife does make good baked vegetables. I don't know what she does. She
There
just
you
puts
go.
them in a pan and bakes them for, I don't know, salt. I think salt and pepper and olive oil. I think that's all it is.
That's all it is, and
But
you
it's
bake
pretty.
them.
It's not bad when you do it right.
Yeah,
I just can't replicate it.
that's my version. Like when like a Bruce Springsteen song, like "Born to Run." Like I want to run just to be able to like cook a vegetable in peace and see if I like them or not.
See, that's the beauty of the sandwich, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. You don't
have to
really,
cook anything.
You don't cook a sandwich, do
Mhm.
you? I mean, you make a sandwich, but you cook a roast, right?
Sure, right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was thinking leading up to today, right? Like when I was a kid, my mom used to make these cheese sandwiches.
Sorry.
What?
Just the weirdness of all of us talking. Like it just hit me like I had just gotten really high. Like the weirdness of all three of us talking like this right now in this room
About sandwiches?
Yeah, go on. Sorry,
No.
that's my first.
I was just gonna say when I was a kid, up until the age of like I don't know, up until the age of maybe like 12, the best sandwich on planet Earth was some sandwich my mom would make. You know, like Subway wasn't as good. There's a couple delis in the area, but
Right.
I mean, they were. You know, I just love my mom made great sandwiches.
Good for you.
And then at some point, we started having. I can't remember the name of the deli in Baltimore. I went to high school in Baltimore, and there was a something Roland Park Deli, something like that.
Oh yeah, Roland Park.
Is that Roland Park?
I
Yeah,
mean,
something
I don't know if
Roland
that's the name
Park,
of the deli.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was
though,
around
yeah.
the corner.
Is that a family
Unbelievable.
place? Like,
No,
it's like-
no. Spelled differently.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I just figured that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then then it became like the age of the commercial sandwich, and I've been hooked, ever since.
I try to avoid like a chain sandwich, but we'll actually this ties into that Prementi Brothers sandwich. Let's go through like people's picks for sandwiches. You want to do
Sure,
that?
talk to me, man.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
All
see
right.
what's out there.
So first,
Tell 'em how terrible they are.
Josh Bard, he's been on the show a bunch at Josh Bard on Twitter. He nominates the Nobadeer from Jetties in DC. It's roasted turkey and stuffing with cranberry sauce and mayo on sourdough.
So you should only eat that in November.
I can't
Okay.
have that in the summer. Yeah, I agree.
Really?
Between September and December only
Yeah.
for me.
Maybe he is
even
time
October.
sensitive on it. I wouldn't do that in the summer. I think that'd be a little gutsy, but I think like
Yeah.
you would get one in when it starts to get cold just to celebrate the harvest.
Sure.
And then maybe a couple throughout the season. I'm with you. That's too Thanksgiving centric to be an
Yeah.
all timer. He also nominates something from Carmine's, which is just a chicken parm on garlic bread. That sounds like it's not messing
Well,
around.
but if it's, I mean, if it's a good chicken parm, then
Yeah.
it's a good chicken parm. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine.
yeah.
But again, to me, chicken parm's a dish. And then you're making it a
Really?
sandwich just because you throw between two slices
exactly
of bread.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, roast beef is a dish, and then you make a roast beef sandwich.
No, it's not the
Well,
same.
It's really not that. Yeah.
It's not the
Okay.
same.
I mean, it is. What's the thing? Like, if roast beef is on a plate served hot, like with vegetables and gravy, I agree. It's a dish.
Okay.
But if it's like you would never put cold roast beef on a plate.
Yeah, and go,
just get a
here's your
fork and
dinner.
knife, right? Like
Yeah.
here's some horseradish.
I mean, I might if I'm just being,
Yeah.
yeah,
complete fat
yeah.
body.
if you're bacheloring it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicken. I love a good chicken parm sub, eggplant parmesan sub.
Chicken
that's
parm. A
Sub.
great. I don't know about the
dish,
garlic
not a
bread.
Sub, not a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Oh, sub not a sandwich.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, it's got to be a
Sub not a sandwich?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
Civil War
No,
now.
I don't
Civil
think
War
so.
now. Oh, I'm gonna.
We're gonna
see
have
what
to
I
talk.
ate
We're gonna
was
have to
a sub.
suss that out. We're gonna have to suss that out because
Yeah.
what is it then? It's like a big sandwich.
It's 2 slices of bread. That's your sandwich. I mean,
Mm.
that's it.
Oh,
Does
but
it let me ask you this: does the shape have something to do with it? Like
It
if
does.
I used a round piece of bread,
100%.
like a round piece of flatbread, like you see those they call them sandwich thins, but they're round. That's tough,
What
man.
if it's a baked bread but it's circular and I cut that in half?
Is this show sponsored by the U.S. government? This is like some gridlock right now. Like we can't even put
I
the
thought-
legislation
I
out because we
thought
can't
we
get on the
were-
same page about what a sandwich is.
Well,
I
here's the thing.
friggin-
If your son comes to you and says, "Dad, will you make me a sandwich?" What are you doing? You're going right to the bread, right? You're going right to the bread. You get a couple slices. You're throwing
True.
some stuff on there. That's
Yeah,
the sandwich.
But if I have hoagie rolls,
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah,
if he says, "Make me a sub,"
that's true.
then you're going for the hoagie roll.
That's specific. That's definitely specific. If he said that's true, you're right. And if he said make me a wrap is its own thing. I agree
Mhm.
with that.
Well, if we're defining a sub as not a sandwich, then everyone's answer is null and void because I feel 90% of these are sub-based
Okay.
delivery
All right.
methods.
Well, so far, and I mean the garlic bread is not. I mean, unless it's Well, that's the thing is if garlic bread is in the shape of a slice of bread,
I mean, I don't know.
it's tough because garlic bread is often shaped like a hoagie roll. So
Right.
it's like,
Absolutely. I
That's
only
fine.
think of garlic bread as a hoagie roll.
I mean, I'm not
As a
wed to this,
a
but to me,
baguette.
that's if somebody,
that's interesting.
if my kid said, "Hey, can you make me a sandwich
like a
for their
subgenre.
lunch?" I'm not getting a hoagie roll.
That
I'm going
was,
and getting
you know
bread.
what? That is when I first, it's so funny you mentioned this. You're talking childhood sandwiches. That was my first sandwich I started being into. I would get a kid at my lunch, and I don't remember who this was, but he would bring in hoagies instead of just bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Jealous.
oh my God. I was like, Mom, he had a piece of bread, but it was shaped like an oval. And she was like, oh, a hoagie roll. I was like, you
Like
get
an
me
oval.
that. And then for, 2 years, my lunch was either pepperoni Swiss and mayo or like salami provolone mayo. And that was it.
That's good stuff.
Just
I got no beef with that. That's
sub meat,
yeah.
cheese, and the lube.
Nah.
And I would look forward to lunch every effing day to get my hands on that stuff. God knows the colorectal damage eating that much nitrate rich meat did, just day in, day
a
out.
lot of processing there.
Oh, I
A lot of
lived on
processing.
that crap. I lived like my teeth were stained pink from that junk.
You guys ever
Like-
have bologna? Remember bologna?
No, sure.
Yes.
I feel like nobody eats bologna anymore because
Yeah.
nobody knows what it is.
Fried bologna.
Fried
Sure.
I
bologna's
never
great,
fried
yeah.
it. I never fried it.
I would just sometimes just eat it out of the package.
I would
Just
too.
all I
take
Yeah.
ever
it.
did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Sure.
God.
When I was a little kid, if I was good in the grocery store, Mama Gagliardi would toss me a slice of little fat Joey. She'd toss me a slice of bologna.
What are you, like a beluga in a pool she's trading? Like
Just saying, man. I knew how to fall in line for that slice of bologna, buddy boy. You better realize. Oh God.
Wait, so your mom's walking around her day with just a bologna in her purse? And
No.
throwing
This was at the I'm sorry, I
Oh,
should have
it's-
clarified. This
it's
is the grocery store.
After you go to the deli and
After
you
the
get
deli, yeah.
you get it sliced to the deli or whatever, and you open up
so
the
she would
package.
still
and
open the pack up in
There
the
was no
grocery.
I
there
don't
was
remember.
no pack. It wasn't packaged. You would
Yeah.
get the rat. You
They
would go
slice
up and
it.
say,
But she's-
I need a half pound of
It
bologna,
gets
and
like
they'd
a
slice
sticker
it.
to hold it together.
No,
Oh,
they
No,
do
that's a
now. Back
little
then
muff.
they
Yeah,
didn't. They just wrapped it up and
Yeah.
off you went.
Okay, how was it served to you exactly? I want the mental
She might have
picture.
thrown it at me for all I know. I don't know. She just handed it to me. It was like here, Joey. Here's a little
You
slice
just open
of
it up,
bologna.
you tear it off, and
You
yeah.
roll it up. You
Yeah.
you eat it. She and I have gone back and forth. She doesn't remember this. I distinctly remember
Oh, the
6
things
or 7
parents
years
don't
old.
remember. Oh,
She
God.
tells me not to eat. She gets the bologna. I'm expecting a slice.
Yeah,
She doesn't give it to me. Tells me don't eat the bologna. I go in and eat the bologna.
that's very anti.
I remember her.
Month,
I
by the
remember her
way.
taking my pants down in the middle of that store and spanking me in front
With
of all
the
these people. And
bologna.
I was so embarrassed. I never took bologna again. She says it never happened. I'm telling you right now. Aisle 7 of the supermarket, whatever that was. Value Foods, I think it
She
was called.
pants down,
Pants
spanked
down in
you?
front of all these people, just whacked away 3-4
And
times.
you know what?
I never got
Nowadays,
it pants down in public.
She'd have been
Now-
on. She'd have been on
it would've
social
been-
media.
yeah,
She'd have.
it's-
oh
well, it
my
would have been
God.
child services would have shown up
Oh.
at your door. Back then,
Yeah.
the people were walking by going, probably deserved it.
I remember.
Yeah.
Probably deserved it.
Yeah.
I was in a 7-Eleven one time with my brother, and there was just some like bro and his bro friend, like just kind of like white trashy dudes. And my mom was doing something to us, smacking us around. And this guy just starts like, "Hey, bitch, stop hitting your kids.
Oh my God.
Why are you don't smack the little bastard, bitch?" And like she just starts crying, and I
Jesus.
felt torn because on one hand I was like, "That man's a hero, like that is a white knight," but at the same, because my mom used to wail on me, which by the way she does not own up to whatsoever now. Have you encountered this phenomenon, Bill? That like you were beaten as a
selective,
kid, and your mom's like, "Maybe that happened twice," and I'm like,
No,
"Yeah,
no.
goddamn day."
Well, for the record, I wasn't beaten. I mean, this was like a one. The thing is, I'm grateful for. I mean, she didn't like wail on me or anything, but I'll tell you right now, I never took any bologna ever again that I wasn't supposed to. You know,
Right.
so mission accomplished in that regard.
Lesson learned.
Mine was like abuse your wife rules. Like it was all not face
Are there
stuff. Like I would get a lot of.
Isn't the rule of abusing your wife not to do it? Isn't that the rule?
Well,
There's no rules
I mean,
for like how
yeah,
to
in
appropriately- what are you
2019,
talking about?
in 2019, but I'm talking like 1940s.
If the bruises don't show, it's fine.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
God.
imagine
As
you're
long as
in
you
an
can go back out in
Irish.
public.
You're
What
an
would
Irish
be-
tenement. Yeah.
The funny thing is, so my son is 16 now, and I mean he's obviously well past the age where even if it was still acceptable to like use what do they call that, physical punishment or corporal punishment or whatever, yeah,
Yep.
to use it on. I mean, what we just have to square off and fight at this point. It'd have to be like put your dukes up. You know,
Uh-huh.
what am I going to do? I'm going to pants him in the grocery store, and the guy's 16.
I mean,
You
you
know?
could
No,
do
I
that.
bet you could still collar him or grab him by the ear, and that would be the end.
Put him
of
in a
it, too.
headlock and
Yeah.
figure 4. You know,
Scream World Star. I don't
yeah.
know.
What else you got on the list? What other sandwiches you got over there?
All right, Chris McClellan. He was on the show back in the day. Came down from like Erie, Pennsylvania, or
Wow,
some
okay.
junk. You just wanted to drop on.
I bet
in.
he's the one with the Panani brothers.
Freaking
No,
Pennsylvania.
he is in the Bill camp. He's got
Oh.
a homemade. He's at Mactastic Photos
Mhm.
on the Twitter machine. He says, I made an LGBTQ sandwich and
It is Pride
it was
Month.
absolute ambrosia. Lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato, and queso in between pieces of toasted garlic bread.
Lettuce. Say it again. Lettuce, tomato.
Read it out.
lettuce,
He made a what kind of sandwich? Go ahead and
He
read
called
it.
it ambrosia, or he said it was absolute ambrosia. He said it's an LGBTQ sandwich.
See, get it?
Yeah.
LG.
Oh, but he actually LGBTQ. He really did get
Oh,
that.
Uh-huh.
the
Lettuce,
queso.
guacamole, bacon,
Ah.
tomato, and queso.
Look at this guy. Where's the plus? We gotta have a plus in there.
That's
That's the
true.
garlic
yeah.
bread.
I think
That's
there's
the side dish. That's the friend.
yeah.
French
There's
fries,
I
there's
for
coleslaw.
intersex and indigestion. So
LGBTQ. Oh, that's funny. Lettuce. What was the G?
guacamole,
Guacamole.
bacon, tomato, and queso.
I gave him
Bacon,
creativity
tomato,
points.
queso.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Where's the garlic bread fall in though?
the
what's that?
garlic bread
Just
is
a nice-
That's your straight cisgendered
Yeah.
male, right? I don't know.
Ours is an extra. It's an extra G for extra gay. Just lesbian, gay.
LG.
So
LGBTQ.
we're gonna roll with this as a real sandwich. I think he probably made it. And they
It
just
sounds
took the
delicious.
clever-
I'm telling you right
pretty
now.
funny,
I'd
yeah.
eat
See,
it.
the queso loses me mixed with garlic bread. I feel you're mixing
Yes,
the
two-
food of two ethnicities. I don't dabble in that. Like food is where I get real racist. Like
The ethnicity of the food would
like
determine.
don't give me like a goddamn plate of spaghetti and a banh mi. Like that, I don't.
Well, those are two.
I mean, some flavor profiles would absolutely mix well together.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I guess, but I feel
Like you wouldn't put Swiss cheese on a chicken parm. I guarantee you that wouldn't be terrible.
that'd be fine. But that's
I
I
guess
just
that's
I feel the garlic bread and like guacamole and queso. Those are taking me in two very different directions.
Yeah, I can see that. The guac and the queso kind of
That's its own thing.
yeah.
Like I'm
Well,
thinking
guac and
burrito,
queso,
but then I got garlic bread. I don't know. My taste buds are
right.
gonna be
That's
a
what I'm
little-
saying. You put those together, and then you have the garlic. It just doesn't.
I'm
Seem
confused,
like
like a little
flavors that-
gay boy, not figuring out I'm part of.
I'm an
Pride
animal.
Month
I'd be
yet.
all over that sandwich. That
I'm trying-
sandwich sounds fantastic.
I'm trying to
man.
suss out whether or not I like which flavor I want.
What's his name? Mac Music something or other. I support your.
Chris McClellan, Mactastic Photos.
I'm down.
MAC.
I like that.
Fantastic.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. Queso, garlic.
Okay, we got Cecilia Halpert. Cecilia, I
Mhm.
think, is right now actually manning the YouTube chat for us, if there's any
Oh, good.
YouTube chat left.
I was gonna say if there's anybody
Cheddars.
chatting.
Well, I thought we were going to come in and just talk sandwiches, and then, you know us, there's like 40
right.
minutes of
That's okay.
kid diddling or whatever
That's
we
good,
talk.
man.
I don't
You can't talk
Talked
about
about-
sandwiches the whole
I
time,
think
you
we
know?
talk about
she's-
shit diddling, but okay.
Yeah.
We're not Catholic priests.
Pro or con? No. At CECE Halpert,
Mhm.
like
Jim Halpert?
Halpert's
There you
kid.
go.
There
Nice.
you go. She says, I co-invented a sandwich with my ex. Literally the only good thing to come from the relationship.
Oh, bitter much.
It was a
God.
grilled sandwich that was turkey, ham, Munster, pulled pork, tomato, red onion,
Wow.
and had a
There's
third slice
lot
of
going
bread
on.
in the middle that had an over easy egg.
Wait,
Nope,
say it again.
out. I'm
Turkey,
out.
ham. I lost track. That was a lot of ingredients. Turkey, ham.
ham,
Pulled pork.
Munster. He's got it. Pulled pork, tomato, red onion, and a third slice of bread, serving as a support structure for an
Yeah.
over easy egg.
Yeah. I see.
Wow.
Two issues here for me. Two issues.
Just two. Okay.
Only two. One, I am not the biggest egg on a non-egg only sandwich. Thank you. Our buddy D-Tet, Doug Tetro.
Yeah.
May he rest
Love-
in peace.
What? Did you really
died?
die?
No, he's fine.
No.
Oh.
At D-Tet was always huge, and his our mutual friend Zach, who's the Doug friend.
Yeah.
We would all go to Red Robin, and they'd always get what's called
Oh,
the Good Morning Burger, or whatever the hell.
with the egg on the,
The
top.
egg, and I did it
Nope.
one time to peer pressure in.
Nope.
And like I was happy because I didn't vomit, but I was like, who would eat this by choice? I don't do an egg with beef. What's
Egg
that?
on a burger is like
Yeah.
one of my favorite things on planet
Yeah.
Earth.
Really?
I wholeheartedly disagree. Do you like steak and eggs? You ever have steak and eggs?
Nope.
Steak
I don't do
and
eggs.
I
eggs.
love steak and eggs. I'm telling you right now,
did as
I
a
could
kid.
not disagree more. I think it's the yolk, like a runny yolk with steak or a burger, is absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, I love a runny yolk, but just on top of some hash browns.
Have you have had a burger with an egg on it, like a good
couple,
fried
yeah,
egg?
yeah.
He did a
like
Red
it.
Robin. That's the burger they do at Red
Yeah.
Robin.
I don't know about Red Robin. I feel like Red Robin's like a McDonald's that you sit down. You know, it's like
Infinite
not a
fries.
They
drive-thru.
still put an egg on a burger.
They still,
Yeah,
that's true. They still put an egg
exactly,
on a
yeah.
burger.
I'm sorry, I don't find Red Robin that low end.
I've never been impressed, man. I mean, you get a lot of fries. That's
Bottomless
nice. I don't even find the
fries.
fries
Bottomless
particularly
fries.
bad.
Yeah.
Take your kids there; they'll love it.
Did you see? I don't mean to. So this is in the burger realm, but
Your
did you see
pre-diabetic
McDonald's
kid.
McDonald's is rolling out an international favorites
Yes,
menu? Like, do you ever
yes.
go to a McDonald's in another country?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Greece.
I went
That's-
to a McDonald's in Italy, and they had some kind of, forget what it was. It was some sort of
the whole
Italian
Royale
adaptation.
with
Yeah,
cheese
yeah,
thing was
yeah,
100% on the level,
Right.
and they had like a gyro burger there. I guess it was
Yeah.
like lamb meat or some
Yeah.
crap, and that was I
Ooh.
think the only difference.
But they're rolling out a bunch of stuff. They're rolling out like the best burger in Spain, which is like some kind of Spanish bacon cheeseburger.
Mhm.
But they're gonna have a Stroop waffle. You guys know what a Stroop waffle is?
I do not.
It's
It
a-
sounds
it's
like
a-
a really bad Venero.
It was Hitler's
my
Air Force,
God.
right?
It was Hitler's Air Force Stroop waffle.
Yeah.
It was the sweetest Air Force in the history of awards. But no, it's these little like sweet waffle thin wafers with caramel in between.
Okay.
It's a Dutch thing. It's like the Dutch dessert, like their Oreo cookie. But they're gonna have a Stroop waffle McFlurry.
Then you gotta go.
Nice.
have these
My
on.
wife and I have a strict no McDonald's pact, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going off the reservation. So
Good for you, man. That's
yeah.
worth it. That's
figure
worth
out-
the
That's funny.
divorce. I'm sorry.
it's gonna be like McFlurry on my collar, like it's lipstick. She's gonna be like, "No, you're out of here, Mister.
What's that on your breath?
It's food adultery. You promised."
Oh god damn. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. I know
Yeah.
there's like a Korean French fry or something they're bringing in too.
They're gonna have Australian French fries, which is like a plate of French fries with
kangaroo
I
meat.
think you know what's crazy? I think all it is it's just French fries with ketchup and mustard on it.
Oh.
Well, let me do that myself.
Thanks, Melbourne.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Oh god, you know, going to other radio friends of ours that have died, Blue Shorts and Oathman were both huge on mustard with
Blue
fries.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hell's
Chris
Blue
Blue
Shorts?
Shorts Lingbach.
Chris
Oh,
Lingback.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't get it.
I'm not one
I
of
don't
these people
get
that'll
it.
do ketchup and mustard with their French fries. To me, if
You
you're gonna do
use ketchup though with the French fries.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not necessary. But yes, if I'm going to, it's
Oh,
only.
I feel
ketchup.
I feel
not,
it's pretty necessary. That or barbecue sauce. I want something sweet.
And no, I can eat just fries. I mean,
I can, but I'm not
I don't
happy
know.
about it.
I feel like John, you and I need to like separate ourselves from I don't know if you could the YouTube feed can
Yeah.
tell who the healthiest looking person in the room is.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely Bill,
Ugh,
right?
I don't
I
know
mean,
about
I'm
that.
telling you right now, I'll put mayonnaise on a French fry. I don't give a damn. I love it all.
Yeah.
You know, I'll dip French fries in Thousand Island dressing. I don't care.
Yeah.
if I'm
Because
at-
it's dry. It
I
needs
love it,
lubrication.
yeah. I
if
think you
I'm
could put
if
anything
I'm
on.
at a place and you end up putting like the A1 sauce on your steak, which is an insult. If you cook the meat right, you don't need it.
That's a good
Oh,
point. Yeah, I agree with
But
that. I agree
if you
with that.
if
yeah.
you do put it on there, I will definitely soak up the rest of that A1.
I love
my
A1
French
too.
fries. Yeah. Oh, it's
I
delicious.
love it. That's a good
Yeah,
point. I love that stuff.
Delicious.
Do you remember the A1 pizza from Pizza Hut?
Oh God, no. I'm
It was-
glad I
it
do.
was-
That sounds
it was-
awful.
Get the hell out
It was
of here.
A1 instead of tomato sauce.
sounds
and it was cuts of
awful.
steak. My brother would order it sometimes. We would get on a
With
thin crust.
cheese?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It was like matzo bread almost. And then
that's
the hell?
like
disgusting.
it was around for like 6 months. We ordered it 3 or 4
Sitting
times.
around 6
Good
hours, and
God.
somebody should have got rid of it. That's terrible.
That doesn't even sound. I like all of those things.
Google it up.
That doesn't sound
Know your
terrible.
history, fellow Americans.
Like
Google it.
once again, you have some
Ugh.
really weird knowledge about some really odd things.
Yeah, really random, man.
Some garbage. So A, the egg. B,
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest on meat mixing. I don't want like a pork and a
Yeah.
beef and a chicken, all that. Like if you blend them into a sausage, so I can't really tell, cool. But like I had back in the day, my friends and I, when we would lift a lot and we weren't like really in bad
just-
shape.
Protein.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
would call it tri-beasting,
Mhm.
and we would get a pizza with chicken, like then beef sausage,
Sure,
and then like
yeah.
pork meat, and we would be like, "You tri-beasting, bro?" And we're
So
just
what was
eating.
it? You had the pulled pork, and what else? What other meats were on there?
It's turkey
Pulled
and ham,
pork,
right?
ham, turkey.
See, that won't work.
It's the turkey. I feel like throws it off. You got the ham and the pulled pork. I feel like you could make an
You could
argument
probably-
for that,
yeah.
but it's the turkey. Like what? Where's that?
Well,
coming
two
from?
kinds of pork. Like, I'm not like Homer Simpson. Like, oh yeah, that all comes from one magical animal, Lisa. if it's two different pork cuts, sure, I'll
What about
suss
bacon?
it out.
If it was bacon, would you feel differently? If it wasn't ham, but it was bacon, like if it
See,
was
I don't-
turkey bacon, pulled pork.
Turkey bacon's
You
one
on
of the
board with
few
that?
that kind of works for me. Turkey
Yeah.
bacon, I can kind of swing that. That for whatever reason, because bacon is almost like sardine, where it's transcended meat to become more of a flavor than anything
Yeah, I
else.
mean-
That's interesting. Yeah, it's a good point. Did they specify if it was pulled pork with like barbecue sauce or just
Well,
plain
just say it is.
dry pulled
I'm
pork?
just saying a dry pulled pork. I'm going to
Okay.
assume because
Dry
there's
pulled
too
pork,
much.
yeah.
There's too much loosey goosey here. That if it was a barbecue pulled pork, she's a monster.
Well, and then you'd have to know if it was like North Carolina vinegar
Oh,
based.
yeah. You
gotta get into that whole
I mean,
thing.
then it's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
oh God,
Yeah.
she's put us down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
Is there
Will
any-
this country ever heal?
Is there any Mission Barbecue fans in the house? You guys have Mission
they have
Barbecue?
right out here at Fair Lakes.
Do you know about the secret white barbecue sauce that they,
Oh, I've
that they
heard
keep
of.
refrigerated behind the counter?
I don't
It's gonna
know
change your
this.
life, man. There's like
Okay.
a secret
I've heard
white.
of.
So I
What's
uh,
in it though?
It's
White?
I
I
don't
mean, it
know,
sounds like we're
man.
making
it's,
a
it's like
cum joke,
it's like
but, yeah.
horseradish, I think.
Oh yeah, that's
It's like
probably right.
horseradish,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't think it's mayonnaise because it's kind of
No,
almost
no,
kind of
it wouldn't
runny.
be. No,
Isn't there a
no,
whole
no.
I don't know
shtick like
what
you
it
have to say
is.
the Pledge of Allegiance once an hour or some junk like that?
No, they say
no,
it. They say it.
at noon, I think.
I think at noon or something they stand up and say it. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little
Hey,
far for me.
say what you want. The food is good.
The
Good
food, that
barbecue?
place is
Fair enough.
unbelievable, man.
Really?
Mission
Really
Barbecue.
good.
All right.
God, man.
There's one right at Greenbrier.
Oh, I know. I go buy it all the time.
You've never
I-
been.
No, I just eat at Popeyes like a dog.
You're disgusting.
Just
man.
get a shrimp box
You
for
don't,
$5.
even, you don't even go the extra 20 feet and head over to Boston Market and be a
Nah.
little more healthy when you get your
Hell
chicken.
no, I just get Popeyes.
Popeyes.
No, I get the shrimp. I get like the fish
Oh.
fillets and the shrimp. I do all their seafood.
You do know that's not healthier. I mean, are you making like you're like I'm going to make a healthy choice and get
No,
seafood?
I'm gonna have the
No.
shrimp instead of the
I'm on a
chicken.
fish.
I
I'm on a
mean,
seafood diet.
Their fish fillet is just like it's breading with just this little, like if it were a candy, you would call it like a fish nougat. Like that's
Oh,
what their fish fillet is.
It's like a fish pate.
yeah, exactly. It's
With
just got a
it's
fish
a light
nougat.
whitefish blend.
Yeah, that's all it is. But
My
you know
God.
what? That sweet heat sauce at Popeyes, I will eat that till it's coming out my eyes. Like I'm a Virgin Mary icon bleeding tears.
Oh my God.
Like
The metaphors you come up
I
with.
know.
yeah,
you know?
oh my
Wow.
God. Because
That
you know,
sauce is good. I'll tell you that.
It's
good stuff.
amazing.
Yeah,
And
sweet.
the
I know
best
exactly
thing,
the one you're talking about.
Chick-fil-A has a similar, like a sweet sriracha.
The Polynesian. Is that
Not the
sauce?
Polynesian. They got like a hot sriracha / sweet thing.
Oh, I gotta look at
But
that.
the problem is they'll ration it. Like you can only get a couple sandwiches and a couple nuggets, and then you're like, get me like 10 sauces too. And they'll be like, we'll get you 6, dude. Popeyes, you're like, give me like 4 handfuls of that crap. And they're like, hey, you want 5? I'm like, yeah, you got my back.
You want a bag of it? Take
Yeah,
home with you?
they don't
Yeah.
care. Like, I don't know why Chick-fil-A's got to get all uppity about it, man.
I'll tell you what,
I'll have
man,
to suss
that,
it out
that Polynesian
sometime.
sauce from Chick-fil-A.
Anything.
I'd probably
It's
you could
more
probably just
sugar.
put some in a spoon. I would. It's like it's so good.
You would
man.
drink it like
It's
Diamond Tap.
unbelievable.
Just put
Well,
it
I don't
down.
know what the hell is it. We
It's
try-
just sugar. I mean, it's just
no, it's
some
like
way of
it's like
getting
honey. I
sugar.
think. Like I guess it's sugar. It's like honey and sriracha or something.
Yeah,
I
if
don't
it's
know.
Polynesian,
Sugar.
it's got probably
God,
honey
man,
in
stuff
it.
is
If it tastes
delicious.
good to you, it's nothing but a ratio of fat, salt, and sugar. That's all it is. If it's
Yeah.
something where you're like, I can't get enough of that, it's some amount of 3 variables: fat, salt, and sugar. That's it.
It's funny you say that, man. My wife went on a paleo diet recently for health reasons. She's got a thyroid thing happening. And
Okay.
so she's really cleaning up her diet, eating a lot of those green shakes, a lot of, very little
Yeah,
carbohydrates
sure.
and whatnot. Man, you realize how much sugar. I mean, it's like some of that stuff tastes so bland because it's not,
To
Right.
quote
or it's even
Ron-
just like an appropriate amount of sugar. It's
Right,
like,
right.
there's no sugar in this. It's like, no. There's like an appropriate serving of sugar. in
Right.
there.
Yeah. I will quote Ron Bennington. You try to quit sugar and go carb free, by noon you're dope sick. Like
It's, oh my God.
you are dead.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to do that?
Yeah, keto flu or keto flu, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
keto
a
diet.
real thing,
You
man.
choke somebody to death for a bagel.
my
Yeah,
God.
I haven't had a Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, whatever. Now it's been 2 monmonths.
Okay.
Since,
for you.
So end of March, I guess what 31st, right? That's the last day of March. Haven't had it since then. Now I have other stuff that has sugar in it, but I've tried to cut that stuff out. The first week or so was miserable
Oh my God, I
because
bet.
that was where I don't drink coffee, so that's where I was getting my caffeine too.
Oh,
So then I was
man.
just
double whammy.
You're cutting everything.
pounding headache. Now I don't even I
Nothing.
don't even think about it. Yeah, it's just kind of like, okay. Every once in a while you stop, you get in like a fast food
Like
thing,
my-
you're like, I can't order a
See,
Coke with this. Got to figure something else out.
It doesn't taste the same, does it? It's like if you,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just certain things like just doesn't taste the same.
Nothing
without,
better
without,
than
without a soda, like an ice cold
A
soda.
fountain Coke
That's the
might
only,
be the
I
best
know,
thing in the
I
world.
know.
That is the
I got to admit, I
only-
love that too.
It's
Yeah.
terrible for
that
you,
is the
though.
only healthy
So
change I've
bad.
ever made in my life. I've been able. I kicked sodas maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Never
I
looked
need.
back.
I mean, again, I'll still drink stuff with
20
sugar in
years
it.
ago?
It's been
Yeah,
a long
it's
time,
amazing,
man.
right?
Like I'll do a lot of seltzer. No, don't get me wrong. I'll have like maybe 5 or 6 a year or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, like if I'm in Taco Bell and I actually go inside, you bet I'm doing the whole like give me a water cup and then I'm drinking that blue Mountain Dew that they got.
Yeah,
Well,
mi-
see,
Mr. I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah,
We're
right.
eating my egg rolls, drinking a Coke.
yeah, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and get me a meatless
Oh, yeah.
taco.
Oh
Just give me the tomato and the lettuce. It'll be
yeah.
fine.
They put the bean paste in. They
Yeah.
just get the beans
Just give
instead
me
of
a
meat.
wax paper wrapper
right.
and a
Now I want
fork.
Taco Bell.
Mc-
Now I want Taco Bell.
Yeah, McDonald's killed me because they used to have Powerade. So you could
Okay.
go and just get a Powerade,
Oh,
which isn't, and they
yeah.
don't have it anymore.
No
At least
kidding.
at the one that's
The
near
blue
my
Powerade,
house. I'm
yeah.
like, what'd you do with the Powerade?
Oh no.
That's like
Was
the first-
Powerade carbonated?
No, it's
No,
not
it's not
carbonated at all.
carbonated.
I thought
It's still
one
got
of
the
those,
sugar in it, just not
Oh, of course,
nearly
yeah.
as much.
One of those energy drinks.
There was a carbonated
you.
one.
Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. There
Well,
was a yeah.
Gatorade, I know this. Gatorade did an AM. Do you remember AM Gatorade?
Oh, I
where
do
it had
remember.
the caffeine in it.
Oh,
so it was
God.
kind of the so drink your Gatorade in the morning. It was awful.
I just
Awful tasty.
Oh.
But I don't remember a carbonated sports drink.
It was around the time Powerade dropped. Like there were all these guys trying to like come for Gatorade's throne.
What's the name of that
Well,
stuff?
Powerade a Coke company.
Okay,
So
I,
they're
Propel? Was it Propel?
No, Propel's the
Nah.
water. Propel's
Oh,
the,
that's
the
like
flavored
water,
water.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was.
I
hooked
don't
on
remember
that
the
crap.
carbonated.
I
sports
remember
drink.
it. I have the thing is I haven't thought about it
Delicious.
since it was out, but I remember I
delicious.
distinctly remember it. What was
Huh.
it called, man?
Oh, it was my favorite drink for
That's
a long
crazy.
time. All right, sandwiches.
So yeah, go to the next
Back
one.
to the
Sorry.
sandwiches. What?
Aaron Vale at VAIL Aaron 32. Vale Aaron 32.
All right.
She's nominating a couple different sandwiches from Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches. I think it's a chain throughout California.
Okay.
And
So none of us have had them because
No, but we can go with the general descriptors.
Yep.
2, the Hot Mama sandwich, which is chicken, buffalo wing sauce, ranch, and provolone served with dirty sauce. So I guess some sort of secret sauce,
of course.
lettuce, and tomatoes. So that's just like a
That's pretty good.
it's just chicken and
Not bad
provolone.
at
That
all.
sounds pretty basic. Yeah. Then the Maryland Monroe, or if I'm from New York, the Maryland Monroe. Chicken, honey mustard, and pepper jack served with again this dirty sauce,
That's
lettuce,
side
and
of
tomato.
Percocets and
Yeah, an opiate enema. oh
Oh
god.
my god.
But here's the thing she brings up, and
Okay.
what I don't think this is the least debatable thing I'll ever say on this show. Their bread is famed. It's called Dutch Crunch. It's both crunchy, chewy, and slightly sweet. So that's their. What I want to say is
King's Hawaiian bread almost, except
Well,
it's
yeah,
got a
just
crunch to it.
like no one would ever argue that the perfect bread isn't like crunchy outside, mushy inside, and then of course like a warmth to it, right? Like if you like it soft on the outside, you're garbage, right?
I mean,
King's Hawaiian, there's an argument to be made, man. That's good stuff. I don't know.
it's pretty good, and it's not crunchy.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know that it's. I mean, you're right though, John. That like a good crunchy loaf of Italian bread, you can't really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
you can't really beat. that.
sure, but like wheat bread or white bread or whatever.
I
that's
mean,
not
there is.
crunchy.
I'm just saying
It's
in
just
terms
bread.
of like, look. I mean, that's like you can say like Ewing was great and Charles Barkley was great, but like Jordan was Jordan, right? Like,
course,
okay,
right,
cool.
right.
Like I'm just saying that crunchy crust, soft on the inside. That's the Jordan. If you want
It's
to
the standard,
dabble,
yeah.
I got you. All right.
If you want to say, make some sort of case for Olajuwon in some corner case, that's cool. That's cool. I'm
Sure.
not completely against that.
Sure.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, cool.
That
We-
sounded pretty good. I like the
we-
first one better than the second
we
one.
sussed
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah,
We did some
we did.
sussing. Pedro and Fuego at Pedro and Fuego. He brings up Primanti Brothers.
Mhm.
For those of you not in the know, they make a bunch of like pastrami's and roast beef sandwiches, and
Yep.
the entire hook is that they then
And-
layer on Bill.
Well, and they basically
Everything.
Yeah, I mean anything that you want on it, but then they put it underneath like a hot iron.
Oh, is that-
Literally, they just basically iron their bread and stuff. Yeah, that's how they toast the
see,
bread.
I thought their hook was that they did a layer of fries and a layer of slaw.
well, they
Yeah,
will do that
that's it.
too,
Yeah.
but
and
they
that was like a default.
yeah
That's like how you order. Like if you were ordering a combo somewhere
Right.
else,
right.
you get like I think the fries and the slaw if you're getting like a combo sandwich. But if you just get the regular sandwich,
Yeah, then
I
they
think
just
it's just
it's just
grilled,
hot. They just
There
press
was-
it
like
hot
a,
on the
there
like a
was-
press.
panini of sorts. Yeah.
a knockoff done by Glory Days, and I would eat it about once a month coming home from this show while they served it, and they called it the Pittsburgher, and it was like
I've had that.
you had
Glory
okay, and
Days,
it used to be
yes.
like I
My
think a
wife will know that too.
pastrami layer,
Mhm.
and it had the fries and it had the
Mhm.
slaw. And I was talking to an ex one time about this, and I was like, "This is like the best thing I've ever." Because this is what I do about girls I used to fool around with. Now I just discuss sandwiches with them. And she's like, "Oh, she was from Pittsburgh." She's like, "You just mean like Permane Brothers sandwich? Like they just knocked that off." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because I was going on about like Glory Days really got some sandwich artisans over there.
Right.
Like some real design wizards.
They're like, yeah,
And she's like, she just knocked off. Yeah, they just knocked off a sandwich
Yeah.
from Pittsburgh, man.
I mean, it's a simple concept. Like, right? You throw the stuff, throw the accoutrement.
I mean,
On the sandwich.
are you
Not a
big?
fan.
You don't do fries
Nope.
on a okay.
I love it.
I want my
love
fries
it.
on the side.
Do you want chips on your subs?
No,
I don't know. That doesn't really. I don't know if that really.
that doesn't fly with me.
Because after
no.
like two bites, the chips they're not going to be crispy anymore.
You gotta get a kettle
and
cook. Grandma
nothing
Utz.
worse than soggy chips.
Yeah, soggy chips are terrible. I found that out. I used to. I would make my son's lunch at night. I would put it in the fridge for the next day.
Mhm.
Sometimes he get up
Does
and out.
this
before.
16-year-old cook for himself?
I would put. Well, we're working on that.
Can you
we're
adopt,
transitioning?
Can
we're
you adopt
transitioning
me
now.
the way you cook for him?
Transitioning.
Good
It's
Lord.
starting to adult.
We was transitioning. It's a slow process, but I used to throw a bag of chips in there, and he would come back and be like, you can't really throw the chips in the refrigerator overnight because they get all soggy, and then
Well,
forget about it.
yeah.
It's terrible.
And on the plate, if you do pickles with the sandwich and chips,
Yeah,
the
separate.
pickle and the chips have to be on the opposite side of the sandwich.
That I'm with. I don't want my chips all soggy up with pickle crab.
Right. So why would you want to soggy them up with all your mustard and stuff
I
on
eat
your
so
sandwich?
fast. I eat so
Yeah.
fast.
okay.
It gives me like it got me a goal to shoot for. Can I get through this entire thing
Before the
chips
before the
get
chips
gamey?
get
Yeah.
soggy. Nothing worse than soggy chips. So no, I want them on the side. I don't want them
Oh,
on my
no,
sandwich.
I like a big. That was
Nope.
sometimes I don't know if I did that with my salami and my pepperoni sandwiches as a kid, but I would absolutely do that when like my mom would pack me like a turkey sandwich. They would get a
Why
layer
don't
of
you do that
chips.
with peanut butter and jelly? See how that tastes. Just throw your chips on
I'll
that.
put a layer of banana chips on and shove it right where the sun don't shine.
You want to talk about a weird sandwich? So when I was in the Marine Corps in Iraq, there was a time when the food is just terrible. You can only eat so much of that garbage food, right?
Right.
So I started.
Are you talking the MREs or like Iraqi food?
Like no, like we were at these little I was this little. It's called a forward aerial refueling point. It's like a little base, but we had like
Right.
a little cafeteria of
Okay.
sorts. But it wasn't MREs but barely a step up.
That's messed up.
And so I started messing around with sandwiches. Like my folks would send me like tortilla wraps or like bread or whatever. Like I'd get bread from the chow hall.
This sounds like escalating drug use. It starts
So eventually I sussed out that
Yeah.
a sandwich I love, and I know it's gonna sound nuts, peanut butter and Tabasco.
Ew!
It's
Ew! Get off my show!
you don't know how good it
now.
is, man. You don't know how good it is. You like
Oh!
spicy peanuts?
that little-
Do you ever have a spicy peanut?
Right. The
Yeah.
boiled red hot
It's a
peanuts.
spicy
sure.
peanut
Yep.
sandwich.
That
I'm
makes
telling you right
sense.
now, it's people always react like that. They're like, that's all
Yeah.
right. And they try it and they're like, oh my God, that's
Right,
amazing.
it's just the hot sauce.
Just
on-
a hot
sure.
sauce. I'm telling you right now,
Yep.
it works, man. It works.
Are you like Hillary Clinton and you keep your hot sauce in your purse?
Oh,
You carry that
Is
around?
is that a Hillary Clinton? I didn't know that.
She was the most
Oh.
staged. I'm not even
Oh, I was
like
gonna
that
say-
passionately anti-Clinton, but like that was the most staged piece of
was
crap.
so
Oh, what was
bad.
she in the South
She
or
was-
something?
she was on like a-
yeah.
like
get
I'm trying to
outta
remember what
here.
black radio station in New York. Like and
Was she on was it Power 100 or whatever it is?
Something
Hot
like
the,
100, I think it
the
is.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Hot
whatever it
97,
was.
something
like
like that.
a huge urban show.
Yeah.
And they're doing this thing where she's like just pulling hot sauces out
Yeah,
of her
she's like,
purse.
I got my hot sauce. Yeah, and she puts on the
Get
fake
hell outta here.
African American accent.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was
They
bad.
just caught somebody else doing that
yeah,
recently.
everybody just kind of went, you don't use hot.
But it wasn't
you're
like-
from, you're from Chicago.
I
You're
mean,
not
yeah,
using hot sauce
I like
and
it. Even
everything."
I'm lazy about it. Like I just got bottles that then get like shoved to the back of a drawer. And then like a
Yeah.
week later, I'm like, oh yeah, hot sauce. It's delicious. And I'll dig them back out.
Texas Pete. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. Most eggs need for me, like if I'm getting a
Yeah.
scrambled egg, I need a hot sauce to choke that down. Yeah, like scrambled egg bores the hell out of me at this point. I just can't do egg. Like if you do an egg over easy, that's got enough liquid where
There's
I'm
one
game.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
I need a little bit of that wetness.
They just caught some politician the other day, like a couple of weeks ago, putting on like a Southern accent.
I
don't know who it was.
It might have been Biden.
It was one of those boobs. I don't remember who it was.
yeah, I mean,
but
they all suck.
some clear. You watch the clip, you're like, really, dude? It was
Yeah,
clear, like, hey, how y'all doing?
I
Yeah,
hate
they
that.
all
I hate that in
suck.
general, the code switching thing. Like I forgot what reporter like 20 years ago on NBC my mom noticed this. She's like, yeah, anytime he's with black people, he's suddenly like talking like
Of course.
real soul brother. Like, and it just gets old. Just talk how you talk, man.
Right.
I don't know.
I think sometimes I think it's like a subconscious thing. Like they start
absolutely.
to sort of like mirror almost. It's not even like
100%. Yeah.
intentional,
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You want some laughter? Listen to my mom, and she orders Chinese food from someone with a thick accent.
my
She's like,
God.
yeah, eggy roll. And you're like, what the hell did you just say? Jesus.
Get
I'm
out
like,
of here.
oh my God. Okay.
Oh man.
Like I do this show and I was offended. You know, come on.
Where do we land? We went from Primanti
Eggy
Brothers
roll.
to
Primanti, yeah. So I'm in the minority on wanting like a fry or something dry. I think that's what's so gross and extreme about our food today in America. We fry something that's so dry but fat laden and salty that you need like then a liquidy fat to wash it down. Like a French fry is bad enough, but then it's like here's some ranch to put it down your gullet. You know what I mean?
or a milkshake or something crazy like
Yeah,
that. It's not good.
it's just like it's such extreme.
Are you the heathen that will dip your fries in your Wendy's frosting?
I think I will after the show. Now that you bring it up, yeah, I used to do that sometimes as a kid.
There's literally a Wendy's around the corner.
Yeah,
I saw it
yeah.
coming in,
I
yeah.
literally I envisioned that Wendy's.
Yeah, but you're a vegetarian though, so you gotta get the vegan.
Nah, I'll probably get the spicy chicken sandwich.
Or you know what has to happen? What me or Bill has to order
Yeah,
a frosty and
exactly.
some fries, then you'll eat it all.
I'll be like,
right.
no, you want 2 chicken sandwiches, dude.
Yeah.
One,
Get two. Just get two, just in case you don't you
Yeah.
want the
No,
second
don't
one.
get what you want. Get
Yeah.
what I want.
one of them a little extra burn. Just saying.
Oh my God.
All
Yeah.
right, what's next?
Okay. The last thing we got
Uh-huh.
is from Yancey. Yancey's been on the show as well at Sunny Florida Ave. He nominates 2 sandwiches. One of them is the Mountaineer from Tudor's Biscuit World.
Of course it is. Is he from West Virginia? Is he
He's-
Yancey Burns?
Yeah, Yancey
Yeah.
Burns, who's done some time in the Dub V. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is egg, cheese, sausage, and a hash brown on a biscuit.
Egg, cheese.
I think this is
like a sausage patty, I'm assuming.
yeah, exactly. I think this
Okay.
is unarguable. Like maybe you want to say the hash brown's overkill, but that's
I mean, it's a
divine.
breakfast sandwich. I wouldn't have that at like dinner.
Yeah.
no, that would be a little much.
That's like a
yeah.
hangover the next day
Yeah.
sandwich.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot happening there.
God,
Yeah.
I'd kill that. And then he nominates from DC. The Nepal Savory Smokery has a smoked salmon BLT. And that's just, like the smoked
Just
salmon.
like it sounds.
I've
Yeah.
had that. I've actually had a smoked salmon BLT now that I think about it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, fairly recently. It was pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you could. I mean, that's just BLT. Throw some salmon on there. I don't know how you could screw that up.
Literally.
Yeah, it's just extra. It sounds
Delicious.
like extra meat. Nothing more. The
Pile it
BLT,
on.
I find a very meat light sandwich. I did eat a BLT last week, by the way.
I love those.
I'm such
That's
a
great.
vegetarian. I was driving our buddy Hannah to a improv class, and I was like, I literally haven't eaten all day. What do you got? And she's like, I got 1 spare BLT. I was like, bring that down. Bring it down. And you know what I always think when having a BLT? Not enough B. Not enough B. Just a thin layer of B. Like it's this hint of B.
You need to go more for the L and T.
Well, give me it's a damn sandwich. Like the way we're raised in America, the meat is the centerpiece, the meat and the bread, and then the rest are accoutrements. And like I feel with the BLT, the B is fighting the L and T real hard for real estate.
I don't know. It's tough. How many B's do you need? What's the B to L to T ratio?
I want at least 3 B's to an L and a T.
Yeah, you got to have at least 3 or 4
Probably
slices.
3 to 1.
Yeah.
3 to 1. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking layers, not slices.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm
I
talking
got you.
4 pieces would compromise like 1 layer. Like I want about 12 pieces of bacon, maybe 16.
God
Plain and safe.
almighty,
I
man.
mean, it's like a pound of bacon.
That's a lot. That's too much, man.
If it fries away, it's barely.
That's the way it does.
Fries-
I cook 10 pounds of bacon almost every week for the family.
Really?
Yeah, it's 10 pounds of bacon.
that's
But the
not
thing
cheap.
is, no, it's not. It's like I get a big 10-pound slab at
Yes.
Sam's Club for like $35 or something.
Yeah,
It's like
still, I
that.
was gonna say that's a lot.
So the thing is, though, it cooks down. I'm telling you right now, it cooks down to 2 small Tupperware
That's what I'm saying.
containers.
It
man.
cooks
It's like,
down to nothing. It's the trickiest meat on earth
Unbelievable.
to buy.
It's ridiculous.
And I mean, they do that crap though with chicken breasts. Like you guys, I think the deal is not only do they steroid them up, but before sale, they pretty much just get like a saline syringe, go like,
And
Pop-
plump 'em up,
yeah.
man.
and then it all sizzles out when you cook it. And you got
It's
it.
bad news, man.
Bad news.
You got to stick to the
bears.
Primantis. Put your French fries on the sandwich.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we got to the bottom of the best sandwich ever, right? We didn't at all, but sure.
We at least established, I feel like, a common ground for what a sandwich is
sure.
Yeah.
and what is not. which is
General
good.
rules.
Talked about some sauces. Talked about some,
right.
we
you
can
know,
build from there, right?
the governor.
So this country
Made an
isn't
appearance.
isn't dead.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I believe in hope now. Let's do that. Let's go out on a hopeful note. Unless you guys had anything else to discuss.
I got nothing, man.
I mean, who could have something? Everything pales compared to a sandwich. Bill could be like, I'm having my first kid. And I'd be like, congrats. But
where are we eating lunch?
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
a deep Pasquale sandwich I was having the first time 6 hours ago.
When's the road trip to Bmore?
God, you're gonna walk out the door, get a sandwich. But this is the best sandwich. We gotta do another podcast. It's the best sandwich I've ever had
I
in my
found
life.
another sandwich that I like.
Oh my.
I'm not a sandwich slut. Come on.
Now, the best sandwich, of course, is the ice cream sandwich.
There you go. That's a winner.
You
It's
know
like that
what?
all day long.
He's right. He's
Yeah.
right. Wait, Neapolitan or vanilla?
Anything, and it doesn't matter.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
There
All
you
of it.
go. Ice cream sandwich.
Ice
There
cream
you go.
sandwich
We did
wins.
it. We did it.
Outside the
You
box.
did it. Bill, you did it. All right, everyone. That was Papa's Basement. My guest today, Bill Rowland, the lovely at Bill Rowland, ROHLAND.
There you go.
On Twitter. Get a hold of him. He's he's only got, I don't know, 39 years in radio.
It's not that long. You're making me really, really old.
He's only
At
been
that
around
point.
forever. I'm trying to think. We'll be hired when? Like a couple weeks now by Sirius XM, you said?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, right on
Serious sex. So they're gonna come calling. It's
Yeah.
your big break.
I can't wait to make that sweet 45 a year.
You know?
Joe, what's your Twitter handle, man?
I don't know, man. It's the mighty Joey. Dude, you gotta show me how to use that Twitter, man. I'm late on everything with that.
Well, have you ever made an email account? It's like that, but for Twitter.
Yeah, but I hate it. It's like I hate it though. You know?
I don't blame
Like,
you.
I don't-
Stay away from it. Twitter
friggin'
is
Twitter.
I can't-
That's
awful.
enough. That's the next pod.
It's
Am
awful.
I the smartest guy in the room for not having Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're also the least followed. But
Also,
you're probably
yeah.
Yeah,
smart.
but that's you probably are. I feel like I'm the second smartest guy because I'm not on Facebook.
Oh,
So-
That's
Facebook
that's
is
the one to
straight
avoid. That's the one to
Yeah.
avoid.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm John Papa Giorgio. It's at Papa's Basement, PAPAS for everything. Insta, Twitter. Find us youtube.com/Papa's Basement and find us on iTunes, Papa's Basement. Guys, thanks again. Until the next one,
Yes,
we are
sir. Get
outta here.
'em.
Home free, school's out, baby.
Good show.
Nothing to talk about, nothing to critique. Great show, great guest tomorrow. You go home, have a glass of wine, whack off. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's the post-show critique.
Yeah, you're the best.
It's my time to go. I successfully burned all my bridges. Nobody loves me, and I don't love nobody.
Then he said penis.
Yeah. Then he said masturbation.
Then he said vagina. That was cool.
Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. It's a mighty hard climb, but I'm on my way. On my way, glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way.